Hey, it's John Hope Bryant. So, it is often the case that when folks get into trouble, friends are absent. Then you begin to realize who your real friends are. Tip T.I. has no problem with friends and people who love him around the world. He doesn't need me to do this, but he's a friend, and I want to make a statement on his behalf. Because I think that part of the message, a beautiful message, is being lost here with what he's going through with his family and specifically his daughter. There's been tons of criticism and observations about how he has comported himself with his daughter and his daughter's private life. You know, a lot of that is completely legitimate. Everybody has a right, I guess, to their opinion. And many of this has been just a lesson of how we should comport ourselves and respect, to be blunt, the bodies of women and the lives of women in our lives. That said, no one's saying that Tip's a great father, and they should. In an environment where great fathers, black fathers, are in rare supply. 70% of black households run by women. 70% of black men, 80% of black young men I know don't have good relations with their fathers, or they don't know their fathers. In other words, their fathers just didn't show up. Black young ladies grow up with challenges as adults because they had horrible relationships with their dad who just weren't around. Tip is a global entertainer, unlike a lot of entertainers who are baby daddies, but not fathers. They're not showing up in their children's lives. We could argue about maybe Tip has showed up too much in his daughter's life, but that man has showed up and he showed up in his daughter's life. I've hung out with his kids. They're all so well balanced and well mannered and respectful, and he spends time with them. Even when he's going out for events in the evening, when it's appropriate, he brings them with him. When I'm with him, with my wife Shatra, Tiny's there. They're a family, and I guess Tip doesn't want his daughter to be negatively affected by all the stuff he's seen happen in the hip-hop industry, the music industry, the entertainment industry, of how men treat women, and how women get abused in that environment and treated like a thing. And then once you have a baby at an early age, your whole life changes, right? So it's a whole nother situation, your priorities change. And I think that he just doesn't want that for his daughter. He wants her to have a full range of options and to be her full self. And, one could argue maybe he went too far. Even Tip, I think, in talking to him, would acknowledge that there are 3 different ways to do anything, right? And he's not obsessing about the how, right? But the what is, he loves his daughter, and he's a good black man, and he's being his version of a great father, and I commend him for that, and thank him for being a great role model for black men who are not showing up en masse in their own families. And if as busy as he is, if he's doing it, you can do it. As popular as he is, if he's still focused on his children and his families, you can do it. And for that, I commend you. Rainbows after storms. You cannot have a rainbow without a storm first. Let this be the rainbow following the storm. Love and light. Peace.